Jonathan. He's so cute. Oh. He's like the cutest. Like a little walk to go through the world every day. I know. He knows.
She always gives me high fives.
I know. He always calls me Owen. And when he doesn't know someone's last name, that's his last name. I feel really good about myself.
The music.
I know, it's like...
Good afternoon, and welcome to Avanti's production of Come On Back to the 5 and 9, Jimmy Dean, Jimmy Dean.
I would really appreciate you joining us for this our opening show today. I'd like to ask you to join me in taking a moment to turn off your personal tracking device so it's not a distraction during the performance. And also just a reminder, no flash photography. There'll be plenty of light in our performers' eyes already. So, and thanks for coming.
Enjoy.
Woo!
Jimmy Dean! Jimmy Dean! You come back to find out right now! Jimmy Dean! His mother is going to die a 1,000 deaths when her voice comes full on in and he is nowhere to be found. Crest Mount 5 and 9, Juanita talking. Who? I can't hardly hear you. Stone May? Well, where are you talking from, the moon? We just got your letter for yesterday. You're still coming to Mona's reunion party, ain't you? Good, good. Should be real hard sick now to have you there. You know, her bus is nearly 2 hours late when we get back. Sure hope there ain't been no... What? Oh. Well, she goes out there tomorrow with the rest of them who's moving with her. About the same time every year. I think I hear her bus pulling in now if you want to go along. Alright. You tell Ellen and Elise we're all looking forward to seeing her. Now, you don't go picking on her like that, you hear? Alright, bye. See you real soon.
That darn fool of a bus broke down out there in the middle of nowhere, and it took them nearly forever to get it started again. Look at me. Would you just take a look at me? I'm a shambles, an absolute shambles.
You need to sit yourself down and have a nice cool orange crush. You do look like something the cat might have dragged in.
Isn't this heat something terrible, though? My clothes are just sticking to my body like glue. We were forced to sit out there in that broken down old bus in this desolate emptiness for nearly 4 hours. 4 hours in this oppressing heat.
2.
What?
It was only 2 hours.
Well, it felt more like 4. Sandwiches. Did anybody remember about sandwiches?
Susie's gone by to pick up the fixings. All we gotta do is put them together. Now you just calm yourself down and try and have a good time. Alright?
Well, thank heavens that worry can be erased from my mind. Whew! It's so hot and suffocating in here I can hardly hold a breath. Where's Jimmy Dean?
Oh, he took out sometime after lunch. No, I haven't seen high nor heard him since.
Juanita, something awful could have happened to that boy and you'd never know about it.
Nothing has happened that boy, awful or otherwise. He's a big boy and can handle himself.
Now that's not a true remark and you very well know it. My, that really does hit the spot. He shouldn't be running around out there in this heat though. He could get himself sunstroke. I sure wish that poor old ceiling fan could see its way to start spinning in time for tonight's party.
Sis has gone by to see if we can take a look at it.
You think-
Although, I don't know what good that might do if we couldn't start spending time for that party again.
You think maybe it's just too hot and tired to move?
Probably. You know, you haven't even mentioned the decorations.
Heavens, I neglected to even notice. My, would you just look at how gussied up this place is, and what a clever idea to use the holidays as a way of showing the passing of the years.
Sissy worked all day practically, stringing that stuff up there.
Are you as nervous and excited as I am? I could hardly contain myself the whole weekend long in Marfa just thinking about it. 20 years tonight. Seems like only yesterday when that fatal crash took away his life.
Lord, I nearly forgot. Stella May called up some time ago to say she stopped over at Odessa to give Louise a ride. As soon as they close out that beauty parlor, they'll be on their way.
Won't it be wonderful to see her again? Did Stella seem like she's changed any to you?
Her voice sounded much the same, and she was taken away at Edna, same as always.
Did anybody else call and say they was coming?
Afraid not.
Maybe they're intending to surprise us, do you think?
I wouldn't get your heart too set on it.
You know, I sent them all little reminder notes telling them to RSVP.
It's been 20 years. Things change.
I certainly hope we'll be able to recognize each other. Wouldn't that be horrible? I'm sure they'll all remember. How could you forget such a devoted promise as that?
Are you all right?
Seems like my heart just skipped a beat or something. Must be all this hot air affecting my asthma something awful.
You need to drink this here orange crush. And sit down. It'll do wonders to cool off your insides.
Oh, I don't think I'll be able to sit down for another week or more. That bus ride from Marfa gets longer and longer each year. Either that or I'm getting older and less tolerable. Alice Murray. You remember Alice Murray from down in Waco? She said, I remind her of Scarlett O'Hara. Isn't that an odd thing to say, though?
Why in the world would she say something like that?
I don't know, because I guess that's who I remind her of. Anyways, she said James Dean was my Clark Gable and Rita was my Tara. You know, I never really had given it much thought, but it really is an interesting coincidence, don't you think?
You find yourself some kind of silly coincidence in everything. You and that Scarlett O'Hara are similar as me and Jean Harlow.
Well, Alice Murray discovered a resemblance.
Saw that book reading, movie watching, put them ideas in your head.
Being deprived of a formal college education the way I was, because of an affliction of which I have no control, if I may again remind you, I have been forced to discover the mysteries of the universe of this world, or become completely ignorant to life like everybody else in this town. Present company excluded, of course. I have managed to keep my life from becoming merely an existence with an aid of the Novel of the Month Club and the motion picture industry, of which I am entirely indebted.
Church going and Bible reading will do you a whole lot better good.
You are aware of my religious feelings?
You have none.
Precisely. The Lord turned his back on me at a crucial time in my life, causing scars that will never be forgotten.
You can't blame the Lord.
I can and I do.
The blame belongs to the faces hanging all over these walls. It was him that put them foolhardy ideas inside your young head, not the Lord.
At that time in our lives, he was our Savior, the only one who understood us.
Don't you go walking away like that from me, young lady.
Juanita, I'm back. Aren't you surprised?
Oh, no, poor child. We just sent you off without college not more than a week ago.
I don't have to go after all. Isn't that wonderful?
Don't have to go. What happens they went wrong?
It's my asthma. My asthma got much worse. It really did. Climate there was not right for my asthma. Doctor said so.
They had to send for a doctor?
Oh, it was terrible. I was standing there reading a sign up for my class. I just collapsed in a dead heap on the floor. Scared everybody real bad. I was dead or something. Will Cindy give me back my job?
I'm sure he will.
Well, lucky for me, it turned into tonight's meeting the disciples. You know, I was worried it wouldn't go on without my leadership. Where's Sissy and Joe?
Oh, Sissy's been back unpacking some.
I brought them back a surprise. I can't wait to show them. The whole entire magazine devoted to James Dean. They'll just die when they see it. Sissy, Joe, back!
Mona, honey, Joe's not.
Juanita, I apologize for losing my temper at you like that.
It's just as much my fault as yours. It all times seems it ends up this way when something comes up about him. Now, go on inside before the roast of us.
If you think it's hot here, you really should have been there with Martha.
This thing's just like you hoped, maybe?
There's not much left to Rita anymore. If you didn't know what was there, you'd never know it was that beautiful house from Rita. All that's left sticking up anymore is a bunch of light posts. The rest is all laying around in a pile of destruction, rotting away in the hot sun. I managed to retrieve one last identifiable piece of Rita, one that I believe was along the porch roof. It's not as easily recognizable as those I found in the past, but isn't it beautiful?
Well, some you got in past years were better.
You really think so? Financial... Souvenir hunters with any thoughts of financial profit have absconded with the really recognizable ones. Why, you know that place was as much a landmark as the Empire State Building in New York City? New York and... Anyways, it's just the front. That's how they do things in movies. Deceive into the eyes, they call it. If I do not wash some of this dust and stickiness off my body, I will scream.
You need to take a nice cool tub and relax.
A sink bath in the ladies' room will suffice for the time being. Oh, I feel so guilty, wasting our precious water on bathing more than twice a week. Oh, I'll be so grateful when this dry spell is over and water flows instead of trickles into this town again.
Well, it can't last forever.
It'll be so embarrassing to have the disciples return to see how this place is dried up so. Riding in on that bus, it looked like a regular ghost town.
Juanita?
It hasn't changed much in here, though. They'll all remember how it was in here, in the Five and Dime.
Juanita, Sissy just told me about Joe. Why did Cindy have to fire him?
Well, Cindy's done what's best for that boy and for us as well. Things will be better without him around.
What did he do that was so wrong, though? He never hurt nobody. He just tapped the shelves and oiled the floors like he was supposed to.
It wasn't his work, it's what it was. Things will be better without him around.
But we're friends.
Joe should have friends who are boys, not you and Sissy. It's perfectly disgraceful the way you guys act like that singing group. What's their names?
McGuire sisters, and that was for the senior talent show for fun. That's all for fun.
Well, it didn't turn out that way. Everybody who saw it was shocked and disgusted. And then there was that incident with Lester Kid and T. Callahan. Now that started into regular scandal. That boy's sick and should be treated before he grows up into a communist.
You're wrong, Juanita. He's just different from the others, that's all.
Cindy knows what's best.
No, he doesn't.
Me and Cindy are good upstanding Bible-believing Christians. And we have searched our Bibles from cover to cover trying to find an excuse for that boy's behavior. And there is none. In the eyes of God, he doesn't belong.
Well, if God can't accept him, then I can't accept God then.
You listen here, young lady. I will not permit you to speak of our Lord that way.
It's not my God. I don't want him. I hate him and I hate Cindy too.
You have a lot to learn if you want to live in this world.
Just makes me cry sometimes, doesn't it, you, Juanita? To think about how active this town was before the rain stopped coming.
The Lord will send rain when he is ready.
Juanita! Well, I certainly hope we'll all be able to recognize it when it does arrive. Juanita, guess what?
Oh my God, hey, Peter.
See, your wrestling man's pull on in. Who's driving day? Is that cute Willie boy Bromfee? He can punch my ticket stub any old time he'd like to.
Sissy, what are you all fired up about?
You two are never going to guess what's in today's American Odessa.
News and Oriental coming?
No, the Escapades.
The what?
The Escapades! They are coming to Actor County Coliseum for 3 whole days. That's not all. Read.
This article right here says that they were going to have tryouts for skaters to come and join up with them.
When I read that, my heart skipped 4 whole beats. This is my big chance. The chance of my lifetime.
To do what?
What do you mean to do what? To go skate with them? That's what.
You?
But I ain't talking about my Aunt Sally.
Sissy, the only skating you've done is roller skating. And you haven't done that since the Dick's Wheel where you posed after nearly 10 years ago.
Okay, you know what? Skating is skating. I don't care whether it's on rollers or ice or water, for Christ's sake. Okay, it's all about balance and form. And God knows that my form is well balanced.
Aren't you just a little late into life for something like this?
For you, maybe. Shit, the way you two are talking, you'd think I'm about over the goddamn hill and ready for a wheelchair.
Sissy, you'd be less apt to break your neck wheel on ice than skating on it.
You two are going to be laughing out the other side of your mouth. Just wait.
My, that's some fancy dress you're wearing there. Did you get it special for tonight's party?
Me Gonzo, that's made up for me from a picture in a magazine. Ain't just the rat's ass, though.
It's too short. Mind your language.
I gotta keep up with the times, don't I?
If you ask me, the Times is having trouble keeping up with you.
Well, I ain't. So.
You know, it looks like one of them skating outfits we used to wear all the time.
It does, don't it? Ugh. You remember how they used to scream and yell for me when I'd go skating on that floor like a regular, what they used to call me?
Scandalous. That's what I called you. Bouncing yourself all over the place.
Well, as the good Lord says, if you got 'em, bounce 'em. Oh, hell no. Lucas Stain. God damn it, that's what Dempsey is. Dirty hands. God damn it all to hell.
You keep that kind of talk for the truck stop. You forgot the bread. How can I make sandwiches?
I got everything else, didn't I? God damn it. You didn't stand and move around.
Out back.
Out back where?
Out back with the rest of the cleaning stuff.
Well, where the hell are you going?
Out to get the bread you forgot.
It is only bread. You think I committed goddamn world sin or something. Hell.
Joe used to call you Swanya Honey, the breastless bird on 8 wheels, remember?
Joe? I ain't thought about him in years. What made you remember him all of a sudden?
Oh, I don't know. I was just doing a lot of thinking back there at Marfa, at Rita, and he's still in my mind, I guess.
Man, 3 of us really had a good time back then, didn't we? That Joe quality was such a riot.
Me and Joe was gonna get Stelmay to replace you doing the McGuire sisters, but you wouldn't have been as nearly as good as you. I don't think we should do that act anymore. Nita says it's because of that thing at the senior talent show that caused all this trouble in the first place. I thought it was a riot, a real riot. They all thought he was my cousin from Oklahoma City, especially Lester T. He does make a very pretty girl, doesn't he? Lester T sure thought so, didn't he? Thought he was the cutest thing he's ever seen. I would have given anything to see the expression on his face when he got Joe into the backseat, squeezed them balloons, and strawberry jello exploded all over his wrench white tuxedo. Serves the bastard right for two-time me right in front of my face. Think Lester T will ever get even with him? Shoot, I wouldn't put it past the goonhead. It's been nearly 3 months, you know. Maybe he's forgotten. He ain't forgot. Hell, it's the only thing out of 12 years of school he's remembered. Thank God that rain's gonna stop. I got me a date over at the graveyard tonight. Got me in Disciples. Did you forget? Well, it ain't gonna last all night, ain't it? Just can't believe you're back. Seems like I'm dreaming or something. I missed you so much. And me you. So afraid for the summer to be over, but now I can see summer forever, can it? Shoot, I hope not. The heat's been so high, I think it's beginning to shrink my bazooms. Look like they shrunk any to you? Look about the same to me. You think they're as big as Marilyn Monroe's? I think they might be bigger. Oh, you really think so? Sydney said they were, but you know him. He told you that? He's such a card, always pinching my bottom from behind the counter. Not where Juanita can see him, though. She thinks he was as prim and proper as a preacher. Boy, does he pull the wool over her eyes. Where is he today, anyhow? Hungover again? That's a mean over and wake up. I'll never forgive him for firing Joe. Well, what do you expect from the buttholes in this town? So worried he's gonna leave town now he's got no job. Hey, you have something for him. No, you do. No, that's why you really think that, ain't it? No, we're just friends, just like you and me. Jeez, okay. I was only... Here, try some of this new cheek blush that just came in. Hey, aren't you just busting for that movie to come out so you can see yourself up on the screen with James Dean? Ooh. He could take me to the graveyard any old night, raining or not. Never dreamed about, what it'd be like to make love to somebody real famous like him. All the time. But you should really mess around with some nobody before you tackle someone as important as him. That's all I'm doing. Sort of like the homework for the big test later on. I just can't get over you never been to the graveyard with nobody before. It's too spooky. You got used to it after a while. Some of the boys get trouble getting going, but they're mainly after my bazooms anyhow. They gotta feel around and squeeze. Most get their kicks just doing that. Aren't you afraid you'll get caught? Shoot, nobody goes over the old graveyard no more. It's all filled with stickers and tall grass, and all the stones have been pushed over to use for lying places. I always do it on top of Jasper P. Ransel II. Sounds dreamy, don't it? Wouldn't it be the worst thing to be left there with no one to pick the weeds off your body? Mona, how creepy. I've never known anybody who's died before, and I hope I never do. What the hell's that supposed to mean? I don't know. I'm always saying stuff like that I can't explain. I get enough trouble saying things I can't explain. Come and help me pack up these boxes before Juanita gets back. Come on. Sissy, I feel something so deep inside me about James Dean, and I just can't get the words to come out about it. You mean love? No, it's something more. More than love? There's nothing more than love. Love's the end. No, you're wrong. Once I save up enough money, I'm going to buy Rita. And you and me and Joe will move here and we'll live happily ever after. Doesn't this sound wonderful? It's just a front, silly. It's not a real house. Come on. It could be.
It's just deceiving to the eyes, that's all.
What is?
What? Oh, nothing.
Well, that stain look like it's not you.
Can't see it from here.
Mara, are you gonna clean yourself up or ain't you? It's getting awful late.
Heavens, I neglected to even notice the time. I'll be right back.
Something ain't at her or what? She's acting awful strange.
That long, hot bus ride must have got her all turned inside out or something. You aren't serious about this ass pants business, are you?
To hell if I ain't.
You just be making a fool of yourself and you know it.
Well, it's my life to fool around with now, ain't it?
I'm gonna ask no one's in at her club to devote our next few sessions to you.
You better be praying for them poor people over in China. God knows they need a hell lot more than I do.
We stopped praying for them. Didn't seem to do much good. We're not praying for the rain.
Well, I doubt you'll do any better than you did for them poor Chinese, which is why, frankly, I prefer you don't go praying for me. Okay, I see praying as more of a curse.
Sissy.
Well, I used to pray. Used to pray all the goddamn time when I needed help. Never did a whole hell lot of good, though. Now, it's when I stopped praying that everything started to happen. So you've probably done them Chinese a great big favor.
I turned both them faucets and nothing's coming out.
Well, it's finally happened.
Nothing's happened yet. Did you turn them all the way?
As far as they'll go.
Can't turn them no farther than that, Juanita.
The pressure of the past must be low. Wait a while and we'll try again.
Oh, pressure, hell, there is no goddamn water left.
3 years without the benefit of rain. That must be some kind of record for a dry spell, don't you think?
Everything's just drying up and dying all around us.
The Lord will send rain again soon. I have faith in her and him.
Oh, Jesus Christ. When you look at that thermometer, 99 degrees.
Hey, Juanita.
How hot does that Bible you're saying it's in hell?
The Bible does not deal with that sort of information.
Well, I am willing to bet it is cooler there than it is here, by 10 degrees or more. Yes, sir, them escapades are coming to save my ass just in time.
Did Luke say anything about that ceiling fan?
He said he'd be over the first minute he got out.
You think maybe it's just stuff?
You know what? Juanita, give me that room. We're just going to find out.
Well, what are you going to do?
Bang on them blades and see if I can unstick it.
Careful you don't break it.
How the hell can I break something if it's already broken?
Well, you can bend wood and blades.
Oh, hush up and foot yourself over that light switch. Flick it back and forth.
What good will that do?
Hell if I know. Maybe it's just been off this whole time. Are you flicking?
Yes, I am. And nothing's happening.
Well, no shit, Dick Tracy. Jesus. I don't know how you people expect to have people come in here in this heat, in this rat hole of a damn store. It's beyond me.
It's just Mexicans anymore. They're used to it.
Well, even goddamn Mexican has a right to be cool.
Maybe it's better if it stays broken and it only serves a bunch of dust and stale air anyhow.
God damn it. If people don't get here soon, all they're gonna find is our bleached bones. By the way, you have not even said how much you like these decorations. This took me off a whole day at truck stop.
I think they're just perfect.
Oh, shit, that one fell down already. God. Honey, will you hand me my shoes? Oh, Jesus. The higher I climb, the hotter it gets. Ugh. You know, wouldn't it just piss everybody off? Like, their whole lives they've been working to get to heaven, then hell turned out to be the coolest place all along.
Where is Jimmy Dean? I think something's happened to him.
Oh, he's working.
What do you mean working? Where?
Down Slick at the truck stop.
Doing what?
Looking cases on her tubes.
He's just trying to take advantage of that boy's mental deficiency. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Mona, he is having a good time. Leave him alone.
No, he's just trying to make him a laughing stock in front of the whole town.
No one laughs at him.
Yes, they do. They laugh all the time.
Mona, you just think they do.
I know they do, because they're jealous. They're jealous because I was chosen to bring the son of James Dean into this world. I'm surprised at both of you for allowing him to take advantage of... Jimmy Dean! Jimmy Dean!
Mona, for Christ's sake.
This is none of your business.
Mom, calm down or you're going to ask the candor.
You have turned out to be just as warped and demented as those people out there who think they know so much more than those doctors I have spent every penny I have earned working here at this dinosaur to send him to. He's retarded in the brain, a moron.
He is not a moron.
I will call him what he is. Those doctors, they have their fancy words to try and confuse you, but the truth is, he's a moron. Mentally equal to a child between the ages of eight and...
See what you've gone and done?
You know what? May not be none of my business, but I think it is just as warped and demented. Keep him cooped up in here all day, because you're afraid them laugh at you, Mona. Not him, but you.
He chose me from everyone to bring his child into this world.
Well, 3 cheers for Mona Magdalene.
You are a bad! We have to see a handful!
For Christ's sake, have you gone crazy or something?
I don't know why you have done this to me. We were friends. The only friend I ever...
All I ever said.
Oh, I heard what you had to say. That he should be locked up in one of them mental institutions. The same things they have been saying ever since I discovered the truth about him.
I never said any.
You're not going to take him away from me here. And neither are they. You have turned out to be just as warped and demented as the rest of them out there.
You were born and raised in this town too, miss.
Yes, but I rose above the attitudes of this town while you were at the graveyard.
Mona!
Juanita, would you call the Texaco and have Luke send Jimmy Dean back right away?
You've gone one step too far this time, Miss Mona.
Sissy, where you going?
Outside to cool off. But ain't that a joke, though?
Mona, that was a terrible thing to say to her.
Dream about it all the time. Me and James Dean all wrapped up in each other's arms, laying underneath the stars in the slightest summer breeze.
Jimmy Dean?
Where?
Out of the corner of my eye, I thought I saw someone.
I'm so afraid for the summer to be over, but now I can say summer forever, can it? Everything's been so different since being in James Dean and being in Giant and meeting James Dean. What's to be scared of, silly? Hey, you got yourself in some sort of trouble you ain't telling me about.
Can't tell you. I can't. Should have been the beginning of the summer that year instead of the end.
Hello, Luke? Yes, Juanita. Is Jimmy Dean over there with you? He is? Alright, thank you. Well, see you Wednesday night at prayer club. Bye. Now, you said that Jimmy Dean's over at the train tracks counting cars. You know, yesterday he counted 85. Maybe today he counted 100. That's his goal.
I don't know what I'd do without him to remind me. I don't know how I'd face tomorrow or the day after that or the day after that without the memory he brings so strongly to my mind. That long weekend in Marfa has left me so nostalgic or something. Boy!
Where?
The same one I thought I saw before. Juanita, come here quick.
What is it now?
There, across the street. Someone's arriving in one of them little sports cars.
Well, can you see who it is?
It's a woman, and they're looking this way over at the store.
Maybe it's still there.
Whoever it is, they're alone.
Do you think it's one of the disciples, like Arthur J. Gibbons or Sue Ellis?
Oh, I certainly hope not. I haven't changed or nothing. Oh, come away quick. She's gonna know we've been gaping at her.
Hello.
Hello.
We was just looking at that funny looking car you're driving.
It's a sports car, Juanita.
I know. It's still funny looking. Now to see how you can beat yourself on the side like a sardine you can.
Don't see many dinosaurs like this around anymore.
There's still a few less left hanging on. Can I have you find something?
Sunglasses. One of the lenses on these is cracked and it's become very irritating to look through.
Well, there's a few pair left in the shelf over there.
Thank you.
Just passing through.
You might say.
Not many people do anymore, what with the superhighway ignoring us the way it did.
I used to be a fan of his too.
Not anymore.
Oh, he died, didn't you know?
Oh, well, of course I know, but he lives on in his movies, and I don't know if you happen to see Giant, but it was filmed not far from here in Marfa. I don't mean to sound boastful, but I was in that picture. Only in the crowd scenes, of course, but in one segment, my face does appear on the screen distinctly.
That must have been very exciting for you.
It was the most exciting time of my life. Your voice sounds so very familiar.
Oh, people have said it's unusual. I've heard it all my life though, so it sounds perfectly normal to me.
Yes, well, I suppose it would.
Are you the mother of the son?
How on earth did you know about that?
I saw one of your signs down by the highway. See the son of James Dean. Visit the Crestmont 5 and Dime.
We didn't,
9 miles ahead.
we didn't bother to take that down. Oh, what with the sun fading the letters the way it did, we didn't think anyone could read it anymore.
I believe we'll take these. Alright. Can I help you find anything else? Could I have a glass of water? I'm afraid we're temporarily out of water. Would you settle for an orange crash instead?
As long as it's cold and wet.
When little Jimmy Dean was born, nearly 3,000 people swarmed to this town over a 1-week period to see the son of James Dean. He really put McCarthy, Texas on the map for a brief but glorious period of time. Why, we were the most prosperous, busiest Crestmont store in all of Texas.
No. They even gave us a plaque for it. You see it hanging on the wall over there.
Juanita's husband, Sidney, was manager at the time. He's passed away since.
And were the signs his idea?
Why, yes, they were. He had everything planned out perfectly. There was magazine people and newspaper people here taking pictures of me and writing down everything I would say. I was quite the celebrity. People bought up everything they could get their hands on, thinking little Jimmy Dean had touched it. He was on display over there in the window. Sidney had to hire 2 policemen just to protect him from possible molesters and kidnappers. It wasn't only the town, neither. The entire city went through a period of immense prosperity.
They even left the city mayor after that.
I really wish you could have seen this place before. It really was quite active for one its size. Since people have moved on to greener and damper pastures.
And you?
Me? Oh, why, I'm quite content to remain where I am.
There's not much chance of any growth here in all this dust, is there?
That seems like an awfully personal question coming from a stranger, don't you think? Juanita, do you think the water pressure's risen any? There he is again.
I didn't see anybody.
He looked like he was hurt and bleeding and he wanted to come in.
You sure it wasn't just Jimmy Dean?
Jimmy Dean, hurt and bleeding. Jimmy Dean! Jimmy Dean, you out there? I don't want to talk to you.
Oh, hey, Edna, Louise, and Stella Meyer here.
Excuse me, could I use your ladies' room? Straight through them curtains, not to your left.
Sure time, my Aunt Sally, honey. Park that thing you're driving, get on in here. Holy shit, look at this size that car she's driving.
You've been drinking, haven't you?
Drink what?
Alcohol? I can smell it on your breath.
Well, I had to drink some or die of thirst. There's no damn water. Stella May, you old shit kicker! How the hell are you?
I didn't have time to get dressed up before Stella was in such a hurry to get here. I feel so embarrassed.
Edna, you got something cooking in your oven?
Oh, I beg your pardon? Oh, yes. My 7. Oh, Jesus.
7 kids? Can you imagine anything more horrible? Hey, guess what I just found in the attic today? Ain't it a hoop?
The old book jacket.
I have mine too. It seems to be stuck in here, but I do have it.
God, can you believe we used to wear them damn things?
I'm gonna have to use your bathroom.
Wow. Sissy, my God, it's so good to see you. Last I heard from you was a Christmas card from Oklahoma City about, what was it, 5 years ago?
Oh, yeah. Lived there about 10 years. Back here for free, though. Working down at the Finex truck stop down by the highway. But I'm working on moving soon.
Christ, you better. I've seen dead dogs lying on the side of the road with, more life than this town about it. Well, Black Range just not trying to sell it out.
Oh, I have a party dress here in my bag. It smelled like old mothballs. I sent it to the dry cleaner. That's why it's...
And would you stop harping on about that damn dress? She's been going off on this stupid dress all the damn day. Put on the thing and shut up, as if it would make sense. The bathroom driver always was.
I'll be right back.
Oh, and do not flush the damn toilet. There's no goddamn water left.
Wait, don't tell me. Let me guess.
So that's not.
No, I said let me guess. Alice Ann Jones.
So she's not.
I said let me guess, God